So this is the bridge over the Moy River, which comes out of Moy Lake, just south of Cranbrook. Goes all the way into Idaho, and then joins into the Kootenay River, and then dumps into the Kootenay Lake below Creston. So this would be looking north. And it's pretty, still making noise. And this would be looking down our property way. So I'm gonna walk a little bit in the distance. You'll be able to see, well, where the river joins. Right there's good fishing. So way off in the distance there, it curves to the right and then it goes back to the left, way off. So right where it goes out of view there is all our property on the right hand side. So that's where we come to the river to fish. So I don't know, 4-minute walk kind of thing to get there. But yeah, the river's still actually quite a little bit of water. Way more than we expected, but because of all the warm weather, it's been that way. And I just noticed we've got deer like crazy going down and crossing. And right in that stand over there, if I cut through the bushes there, we can get to our mailbox, which is about a quarter mile on the other side of these. But that's where all the elk are. So the other day we heard them bugling, and if I get a chance to record them, they're big, like the males are big. But funny enough, the deer around here are quite a bit smaller. Maybe because they're not eating as well. But yeah, it's a pretty day. It's going to disappear because it's supposed to be warm again. But I thought I'd catch this on video before it goes again, because it doesn't happen very often that I get to see the snow. All right, that should be it. Good exercise. That, I'm bored. I was supposed to do some work outside today, but until the snow stops, there's no point. And thank goodness I don't have to maintain the bridge or the road. The CP rail does. I usually push the snow on it just because I'm out here quicker than them. And the bridge is easier for me to do with the bucket and the blade than their truck. But, oh yeah. And in the springtime, this little island gets completely covered with water. But the beavers dropped down a big tree, a big poplar like this one here. And I pulled it out and cut it up. There's one still hanging in there a little bit, but the thing was 32 inches in diameter. I think stupid beaver cut it down and didn't actually eat anything off it because there's no branches for him to eat. And then the two cedars, well, there's a few more than two, but the two that flank the driveway, they're perfect. Summertime, they smell really good. And we have little paths that lead down through this to the river, so we don't have to walk all the way down the bridge and stuff. And the beach we have is kind of at the end, and it's probably about 30 feet by 40 feet of natural sand. And but it's really clean, like it is actually a little beach. So, and we are getting a drone. I'm heading back to Edmonton in a little bit for a couple days, and I'll end up buying a drone, so then we'll have a really good idea what the place looks like. And it's kind of cheating because then we can see stuff. But so yeah, the property goes all the way down to about there at the very end, and then again about halfway up, maybe a little higher to the the mountain. Yeah, and I think these gates, the reason why they were thrown in the ditch was the fact that the posts were actually rotten. So I put them on steel posts and just welded them. They're there for show. Well, yeah. So now you get a perspective of how the house sits in the rest. And I should get back and stoke the fire again. We do heat the house with the fire. We have a stove. And I'll end up getting videos of the inside in a bit here. But yeah, it actually heats the whole house all day. And at night we have a furnace and everything else, but we use the stove, which amazes me coming from a fireplace to a stove. I never thought I'd like it, but when you put in a quarter log or a half log in there, it lasts for an hour. It's unreal. And the rooster's crowing again. He was gone all summer and they moved him to the other side, but he's back for the winter. I went up the hill the other day and chickens are all over the road. That's the neighbors on the other side of the Shorty Creek. So there's a total of, I think, there's 7 of them in there. One community, and then there's one other guy up the hill. And it's all one family in the... So yeah, not too many of us here. Pretty quiet. Especially during the day. Okay. Should stop walking so I stop wiggling. And we got one lonely apple tree in the middle. We were going to plant more, but then the neighbors told us, don't bother, you're just going to feed the animals. And they were right, because that apple tree was a major... Every evening we had deer come, and I never had to clean up one apple in the fall when they fell. They ate every single one. So we are going to plant some trees coming up the drive a little bit, but it looks quite a bit different in the summertime, as you can imagine. But it's still actually pretty cool in the winter with all the trees that are here. And all the hill, like so on the other side of this, and those videos will come later because I need a skidoo to get back there. It's all crown land. So I can't remember how many thousands of acres, but basically all the way to Creston, which is about 55K, all the way to Creston out there, all the way to the US border and north to Creston. Creston would be about that direction, is all crown land. So we can go quadding and whatever right off our doorstep. Most guys don't even register their vehicles like their quads because there's no need. Nobody's ever back here. So come fall season, we had some hunters go back there quite often. They weren't catching anything because there's logging roads all over there, but not that we heard anyways. But yeah, pretty cool location. So it's been about 10 minutes since I took the last video, and it's already gotten completely light out. So I thought I'd come out and actually take a picture or videos of the outside of the deck. Little garden shed. It's almost a full wraparound deck. And so we still have some storage happening here at the barbecues and some stuff that I brought in from the other place. But yeah, we got bird's nest. The robins like to nest in here. Got some neat doors made out of faux log, although they're a little bit of a trick to seal. Snowshoes, because that's how we're getting around out here on our paths. We actually have paths on the property. Yeah. We have lights around the whole house. One night I'll take a picture, and this is where we sit and have our wine at night. It's a pretty decent view. And then we have another area. This is actually the front door, although nobody uses it as a front because there's no parking right by it. It's actually by the other door. So, and again, I pushed all the snow away from the house with the bobcat because it was actually up to the top of the rail almost, and I didn't want to push over the thing, so I just moved it all into the center. Got a little flower garden, and we keep going. Just brought all the patio sets and stuff that we had at the other place and kind of just placed them out for now until we figure out what we're going to do. So we got another patio set here, and this is actually where the master bedroom is on the far end. And we're going to be building an outside gazebo right here off the master as well. So that'll be this summer. And then around this way again, I got some storage because I don't have a garage. That's the first thing I'm going to build. And this is a door off the master, and because the guy left the wiring and stuff that he had used for a little trailer, we're actually going to put a hot tub out here, I think. And this is out back. So off to the back where the hill is, you can see how far the property is, and it's that little shed coming around the other side, and that's our back door. And the bobcat's in a shed right behind that big spruce. And then the boat and the trailer. And again, I just pulled all the snow away from the house and just piled it up. A bunch of it's actually gone down already, so. But yeah, from the last video till now, it's only been maybe 10 minutes and it's already look like it's going to clear up and sunny day, and then we'll say goodbye to all the snow on the trees. And you can see my snowshoe path that goes off past my lumber mill there. It's actually a firewood splitter and conveyor and stuff for making firewood. But yeah, and off to that distance and around the base of the hill and then up the tracks, we have a little path in there. So yeah, it's gotten really bright all of a sudden though, like, man, in a few minutes. And it's 9 a.m. So that's probably why the sun's come up on the other side of the clouds. So I don't know if it's supposed to be sunny today or not, but I know it's supposed to be hot. But there you go.